Drew, I've read your Wikipedia profile, and I've read that you have a master's degree in criminology. So, being a full-time performer, being a full-time WWE superstar, how did you make time to get that education, to get that master's degree?
I got my degree prior to getting signed with WWE. It was the same year I was signed. I got my degree in criminology. I figured I was always knew I was going to be a WWE superstar. I figured with some of the characters that I was going to come across in my career in WWE and entertainment in general, criminology would be perfect because then I can profile everybody and figure out who I've got to watch out for.
If you ever win the Money in the Bank, of course you can choose from the WWE title or Universal title, but will you want to have a match with Finn Balor, just in case?
I mean, I would wrestle Finn any day of the week, but I do want to win the Money in the Bank briefcase no matter what. Like, I feel like where I'm at right now and the fans returning live to the buildings, I want my moment at the top of the mountain as WWE champion with them. I can't just fight Lashley for the championship because of the stipulation at Hell in the Cell. I have to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm not even sure if I can cash in on Lashley, but I can certainly cash in on a heavyweight champion across the brands. So I'm looking to win that Money in the Bank briefcase, and then I'll fight Finn any day of the week. I love fighting. Balor is one of the best in the world, one of my favorite opponents.
I saw Top Ranks preview videos for Josh Taylor's fight, for his undisputed fight, and you were in there. Um, how much of a big boxing fan are you? Do you watch other combat sports like MMA, boxing, and anything else?
I do generally just the big events. Like if there's something that everybody's talking about, that's when I check it. I always enjoy it when I watch like UFC or a big boxing match. Like if it's a name like, or if there's a Pacquiao fight, I'm always watching the boxing. Or McGregor's fighting this weekend, I'll be watching UFC. There's a certain characters that kind of have taken on almost like WWE style presentations, like very much larger than life characters, and they understand that it's about the entertainment as well as their ability in their particular sport. So it always gets my attention when somebody has that larger than life personality and that charisma, much like a wrestler, and I'm drawn to watch them, be it in boxing or UFC.
You've mentioned Manny Pacquiao. He has a fight coming up against Errol Spence. Who do you think is gonna come out and with the titles?
Well, of course, in this interview, I'm gonna have to say Pacquiao, but I'm like, yeah, I'm just amazed to see him still going at such a high level. Like I've been watching him basically my entire life, and it's amazing that he's still going and he's still able to fight at such a high level, and to see the amazing things that he does, like in his life, like he's not just a celebrity across the world, and especially in the Philippines, he's like a different level with y'all, and I hope one day to watch one of his fights live and get to meet him live. And of course, get to be in the Philippines because I've never been there because I missed the tour in 2019. So I can't wait to come be with you all and ideally be WWE champion.
Drew, you got cut from the WWE before, and even when Vince McMahon said you were the chosen one. So, what was the thought process for you trying to get back to the WWE?
I mean, when I got fired, I had to kind of look myself in the mirror and say, this is kind of on you. You know, things weren't going great personally, but professionally, you weren't giving it your all. Like when I got signed, I'd have been happy to be the water boy, and I kind of lost sight of that. And I wasn't working hard on my presentation. I wasn't working hard enough in the gym on my promos. Negative areas that could have been improving. I wasn't looking at it the right way, and it took getting fired and stepping outside the bubble to say, wow, I can't believe I wasn't like working as hard as I should have been. And from that day I got fired, I changed my mindset. I started working like every day was day one, left no stone unturned, was accountable to the person in the mirror, became the busiest wrestler in the world. And along with that, I'm very grateful. You know, my current wife, girlfriend at the time, always believed that I could be more than I was as a man. So as I bettered myself as a wrestler, she really helped me come along from the boy I was during my first run to the man I am now. And by the time I came back to WWE, I really had figured things out and had a greater appreciation for the opportunities that I'm given. And it's kept me humble and just thankful. And that's my mindset right now. And it'll always be my mindset as long as I wrestle.
Just last one. Who do you got for the Euros, England or Italy?
Where's this clip getting played? um, I don't mind if England win. It's been a while to see them go this far in a tournament, but I do honestly think Italy are going to win. They've been destroying everybody.
Drew, 2020 marked a very good year, very big year for you. You won the Royal Rumble, and you beat Brock Lesnar in WrestleMania. Can you just talk about what was the conversation like with Brock during or before the Royal Rumble match, and what was the preparation like for you guys during WrestleMania?
I mean, when it comes to dealing with Brock, he's not a man of many words, as you can imagine. I feel very fortunate to have the chance to have worked with him and been able to be successful in most of our encounters. Like, there's a few people in this industry that can really take you to the next level. Like, when you're working with them, and Brock Lesnar is right at the top of that list. And I was provided an opportunity, and thankfully, thanks to him and a lot of other people, I was able to deliver on it. And I would not be, again, on the path I'm on right now, where I'm at right now, without that Brock feud in front of the crowd, where the crowd really rallied behind me, and defeating Brock at WrestleMania. Obviously, it was a very unique WrestleMania, and with the times we were in, and bringing the World WrestleMania at the height of the pandemic from the Performance Center. But I still had the nerves, the butterflies. There might not have been 80,000 people there, but I was backstage in a very small area with about 10 people in the entire building. And I remember glancing across before my music played and seeing Brock pacing at a distance, thinking, oh my God, that's Brock Lesnar. And you're about to fight him for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. There's millions of people watching. It's time to give them, a show. Aside the fact that I won my first title, the fact that it was against Brock, it was also cool that I knew that so many people were watching around the world, and this was their escape, and we were able to bring them that escape with WrestleMania. And hearing some of the figures afterwards, like 14 million unique social media interactions for WrestleMania, up 60% the year prior. We brought a lot of smiles, a lot of faces that night, but without Brock, I would not have gotten the path I'm on right now as quickly, or probably to the level I'm at.